Hey guys, welcome back to a new video of DANIA. We are still going strong in the Viking area, because I felt like my groove and mojo wasn't entirely done after the first build. So I felt like I needed to try it out more, and I get on Pinterest and typed a few Viking buildings, and I do this stuff where I pick some pictures and I put them on a document, and I kind of like have these sort of 4 or 5 pictures I can look at and kind of get different ideas from them and trying to make my own unique build. So what I'm building here today is the Shield Masters. I don't know what we can call it. Hut, shed, building. Because this one is a little bit different from the other one. It hasn't any like rock structure. It's mainly a lot of wood. And I feel like I can kind of mix and match the rock piece, the rock buildings with the wood buildings, and kind of like make it all look pretty nice together. Also, there's a reason why I am building on in a sandbox is because that I had my DANIA park sent to Frontier for the live stream. So I had a few things that I didn't want to spoil in the DANIA park that they got that I sent it to them. So I had to build this out of DANIA, but the cinematics, it will be in the end of it will be in the park and next to the coaster as well. So nothing to worry about there, guys. I'm making this roof here, which my first attempt was a little bit failed. I had the shape to it though, but I wanted it to like go a little bit down, like have a crooked roof, and then have it go up again. And yeah, so what I'm doing here in the start, guys, is pretty much something that is gonna be yeah, just to look away from it. But I felt like I wanted to share it anyways for you guys, so you guys kind of like can see how a custom roof is kind of made and how you get the ideas for it. And as I've said to you guys before, I would love to give you guys a tutorial on mega custom roofs, because every one of us creators and people that play this game, we have so many different ways of building. So I would love to give you guys a tutorial. Maybe I'll do it in the next video then. But for now, I kind of can explain how you do it. Where the thing you saw me do was I mainly made this little segment of one particular roof. It was mainly just one row, and then afterwards I kind of take this row and duplicate it and all the time keeping on duplicating it next to each other. And then afterwards I go in and do all that stuff where you like move one tile up and one down and give them some different colors. And yeah, it's not to be a douche when I'm saying this, I don't know, but custom roofs isn't so difficult when it comes to it. A lot of people think it takes a lot of time. The only thing it takes is mainly pieces. Because as you can see here, I have this one segment that I basically move all the time. So if you have one segment, if you have one thing you are particular satisfied with, you can mainly copy that and just move it like constantly, and you get this roof here. It doesn't look super pretty right now because, as I said, I haven't like some of the tiles and all that stuff isn't really put out here yet or settled, which I will do later on in the video as well. But yeah, it's not really. A lot of people think it's tedious work and all that stuff, and of course depends on the roof. I'm not gonna say it's super easy to make custom roofs. It really depends on which way and shape you're going for. In my case, this was pretty much the same kind of style and same kind of structure I could use on both sides. So it was mainly just to make one particular and just go with it. And then now you can see here, I'm trying to color the tiles and put some low and some above, so you get this sort of roof tile effect. And as I said, I'm pretty satisfied with this roof. It's not my best roof I did, but it goes very well with the building itself. And also when there comes a lot more detailing on it and all that stuff, it's gonna look super cool. I'm very satisfied with this build. I think it's better than the first Viking build, and this is kind of like what I'm saying, guys, that when you start a new theme, the first build is whatever you think it is. Let's just say, in my opinion, it's a nice build, but I felt like I could definitely build better. And if you challenge yourself, keep on challenge yourself. Look on your previous builds. Look on a new build in your Pinterest folders. Try to see how you can get them to look unique from each other, but also have the same kind of style. So what you see me doing here is that I've used the same spires, or like the same end of the roof edges. You know, the one from the World's Fair pack. So even though the one is rock and wood texture and this is only wooden, the builds kind of go well together anyways, because they have this sort of same unique feel to it. So I'm really looking forward to start on more Viking builds. Start even on the station for Holger, the CGI coaster. And man, I feel like this is all about to start, like it's all the orc time again, where I build the orcs and every build just got better and better. But of course I don't want to jinx myself, but I just feel it that I have so many things I want to explore with this Viking area. And I can imagine that the builds is getting more tedious, more intricate, and more better, because I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm not gonna make a building now that is not better than this. This is kind of like what I challenge myself for. But everything you kind of see on this build, guys, is custom. There's no walls, there's no roofs, everything is custom here. And if you have the time and you put an effort to it, if you use all custom stuff, it looks way better than using the default pieces, the walls, whatever, because you have these sort of spooky planks which you can turn around. It's very important that you turn them around and doesn't have the same texture, because then it looks super repetitive and it kind of looks, or ruins like the rustic look it has, if you can say it like that. And yeah, it's just very important you switch it up once in a while. As you can see me here, I have some that is I use the normal one and then I turn them around maybe 360 degrees, so it has another texture on that. But sometimes some of the texture on each side is actually the same, so you can't do a lot about it. But in this case you can. So I felt like after I built this little porch here, that it also needed it on the right side, where I built a little extra extension to the build. And I was also struggling a little bit with the windows. I didn't know if I should just have it open, as you can see it's directly in, or if I should use the colorable panels to kind of like close it off with some black shade. But one said previous, I think it was Mr. Nines in the comments, that I should try make them lit, as I did with some of the Spirit of Christmas builds. But I didn't really know if I'll do that now. I'll probably go in and try do it in some of the other builds and try to see how it looks when I'm done with all the buildings, kind of like to get a full image about it. Because for now I'm just gonna close them off with some black colorable panel, and some places have this sort of open see-through window you can look straight in. So also, I don't know if I will make some interior in it too, now when you actually can see inside to the building from the windows. So as I said, guys, this build is probably not 100% done, but when it is, I will let you guys know. And all these Viking blueprints I'm making through this time here is for sure hitting the workshop. Because these builds is something I want to share with you guys, and I would love to see how you guys would integrate them in your own parks if you are building Viking areas. Because Viking is a pretty common thing in a theme park. It's a pretty common theme for a lot of parks. I've been to a lot of theme parks already, and so many parks has this Viking area. So I will definitely share these blueprints with you guys whenever I feel like they are good to go. But anyways, guys, I don't think there's so much to explain right now or talk about than what I've already said. A lot of it is custom, and it's just mainly just me trying to figure out ways to detail all of it together. And yeah, pretty much that, guys. So I'll give you some music, and I will return to you guys in the end. So kick back and relax, guys, and enjoy. Alright guys, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the 2 songs. What you've seen me do is that kind of like get the building like how do you say, put all together, so I kind of like have a picture in my head on how the building's fully size is gonna be. And I'm actually quite satisfied because when you look at it, I felt like the color maybe weren't the best, like the white color, but I feel like that, of course, they could have some different kind of buildings that only like sheds or shelters or something like that. So I felt like it was okay, and also just to get some different variation colors into the Viking area, so it's not all wood and hay and how do you say. But nevertheless, I'm super happy with how the roof ended up and how I kind of like put kind of like collected it all in one build, sort of. Some things I don't do is this side I'm building on now, where I'm making the little roof here. I don't do a lot of detailing on this side because, to be honest, I felt like that this build didn't need so much like small detailing in that way, because I don't want to make the build overgrown in that way with foliage and all that stuff. Even though it was a thing, but I felt like it would take a little bit away from the rustic feel to it. So what you see me doing here is that I mainly just place those windows, and as I said, since now when I have the windows open and not closed with the colorable panel, I might go in and do something inside of the interior, or maybe just make it feel like something is going on at least in there. Because I didn't have plans of doing interior work at first until I kind of felt like, okay, now if I actually have these open, I could actually do something inside, but we'll see. And of course I make a little fireplace here, where people can sit and maybe wait for their shields, get some food, I don't know, something like that. Here I do a little thing I've done on a lot of my previous builds. I like to make the roof a little bit derelict building. You know, like the roof is a little bit messed up. Some of the tiles has broken up, and they try to fix it with some normal planks and all that. I really like to do that, and also I feel like the roof now at this point were a little bit too big, so I could definitely use or make some stuff on the roof itself, which you also will see. I'll make some windows too, because I felt like it needed it for sure. I thought that the shields, as you saw, I took from my orc hut build. I wasn't, to be honest, I couldn't actually remember like a little bit how I made those shields back then. I knew the pieces, but I really didn't know how. I kind of like so I was like, you know what, screw it, let's just go in and get the shields I made for the orc builds. And as I said, these kind of builds work in some way together, except for the orc is more deadly, it's more bones, more, you know, skeleton, where Viking is more, you know, I don't know, it's kind of like the same, because, you know, they hoarded and just destroyed everything on their path, some things, you know, and it kind of goes well together. And I'll probably add some bouncing and ropes later on, maybe, because, you know, I gotta love that clutter. But as I said, with this build, I felt like that when I was finishing it, that the detailing I kind of added on was okay. But I think it's my eye for detailing that kind of gets in the way here, that I feel like it's too empty some places. And for me, I just don't like empty spaces. But I feel like whatever I placed, it really didn't it wouldn't really do a lot of things for the build. So I felt like I could go with this, and I do end up adding this little overhang, or this little window here you see me build. I also add 2 of them on the other side of the roof, so the roof kind of gets some sort of yeah, because I didn't feel like the long roof on the left side was good enough. So I felt like if I added this too, it might be a little bit better and look a little bit more decent, and it for sure did. The little sticks you see I put on the roof is actually something I got from an idea on a picture where it had these sort of, I think it's more poles, like sticky poles, but we just don't have that in this game. So I feel like these sticks here from the scarecrow part from the spooky pack was kind of neat for this. It gives a nice feeling, and what I like about this build is that it looks man-made compared to the other one with the rocks. And I really like that, since the Vikings did like to work, and I really feel like this is something nice. I do end up also, as you can see in a little bit in the back, added some hay bales in the side of the roof, so it feels like that the roof actually has some more to it than only wood, and I'm super happy about that. As I said, I'll probably try make my builds my orc builds now. Now I'm getting confusing. Now I'm confusing myself. My Viking builds. It's definitely something I'm gonna expand on and challenge myself, as I said, and try to make them even better for every time. And but if I'm still in the groove in the Viking area, for that matter, then I'll just keep on building and building and building. And I also want to make that river rapid. So maybe that will be in the next video where I start making that. Trying to like see how it will look if I get that intertwining with the coaster, the GCI coaster, and all that good stuff, guys. I also did some stuff before the Viking area, like a little plaza. You will see it in the cinematics, but that is just something that I don't feel like it's necessary for you guys to see me build, because it's mainly just me fiddling and deleting and adding, so. But anyways, guys. Here we are at the end. You'll see we have the GCI coaster in the back, and I don't know yet if this is the right place for the build, but for now this is where it says, and I'll probably just build a lot of Viking buildings and try to just figure out where to place them at the end. So yeah, but I am super stoked about the end result, guys, and I would love to hear what you guys think of it. Read your comments. Oh my god. Make your comments down below, guys. I would love to hear what you guys have in your thoughts. And you just saw this little build here quick. I tried to make some sort of a realistic shack, like the snack shack, where you can go all the way around, and then you have the water in the back and all that stuff. And also it kind of feels good with the Viking area in the back, you know. So super happy about the end result here, guys. But yeah, guys, we're at the end here, so let me know what you think, and have an awesome day, guys, and thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.